Alright everyone, welcome back to Old School Garage. On this video, last week I removed the filler neck for the gas tank and removed the gas tank. And when I removed the filler neck and the rubber grommet that went around the filler neck that filled in this hole, I got a little bit of rot right through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out and we're going to patch this little piece right here. Because I have all intentions of putting the gas tank back behind the seat where it was from the factory. So what we have here, let me reach over here, sorry, is some sheet metal. I've kind of already shaped it to fit the contour of the body. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out and we're going to hold it up here and we're going to kind of trace the opening from the inside so we can shape it even more, and we're going to trace this so we can cut this out, and then we're going to clean up the edges and we're going to weld it back in. So give me just a minute and I'm going to get this cut out here off the metal here, and then we'll start tracing and fitting this piece. That was nice and simple. Get that cut out. I'll take and clean up those edges before I get started, so the burrs from using the grinder and cutting it out aren't in the way. Plus stuff like that when you're doing body work, and I don't know how well y'all can see it on the camera, but it leaves a metal ridge and some burrs on it that if you leave it in there, it'll allow moisture to get in, and we're just going to be right back to rusting again. So we're just going to clean that up, go ahead and get rid of it. That and some metal clean. It'll actually help your welding. So we want this weld and this patch to be as smooth as possible so you don't have a lot of body filler in there. Body filler is a tool. It really is a tool to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach in here and trace this. As much as I can. I really didn't quite work out like I want. I probably should have a black marker for this part, but okay. So now that we have that, I can kind of come over here to this side, because this should be close to a similar shape, and I can just kind of hopefully line it up. Probably help if I open up that door. I can see it a little better. Let me get that door open because the latch does not work on that door. So let me get that latch, pry it open. This door open real quick. I know where that's at now. So I can see my 2 lines I marked on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and kind of just line it up so we can get the basic shape. Curvature, I should say. We're just going to find where it lines up the best. And I'm going to trace it out. Now, the way I'm going to cut this out is I'm going to take a pair of snips, 10 snips, and these are just cheap Harbor Freight, Hobo Freight's what I call it, but Harbor Freight snips. These are reds, they're made to cut to the left. I'm right-handed. So this works best for me. I can use greens, which they cut to the right. But I'm gonna cut this out, and I'm gonna stay right inside my line. And this is a tight cut, and then we'll clean this up later with a sander. Make this smooth and fit the edge. So we have that shape. I'm gonna get rid of this sharp metal, throw that in the trash can so my kid don't get out here on it. Don't need my son getting hurt. So now that's pretty close to the correct fit. Okay? So it's pretty close to the right shape. That'll be almost perfect. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab some clamps, some vice grips basically, my version of clamps. Got a couple different pairs here, a couple different kinds. Should be able to work this in there and kind of hold it a little bit. Apparently I got some welding slag on that one. Let's see if I got a different pair. I know y'all can't see me rumbling around back here in my toolbox. Sorry about that, but hopefully I can fit this huge pair in here. I'll kind of get that lined up and clamp it down. Something like that right there. See if we can get this here, like so. Now I just want to shape this a little bit more. We're going to take that silver marker. Trace it out. I should grab a paint pen, but I can see this. Y'all can probably see it better if I used a paint pen. Right. Anyway, we're gonna get that traced out. Remove that. That. And now we're gonna cut inside that line and cut that out. Not quite sure where my safety glasses went, so I have to use these. Mine are around here somewhere. Oh, there's mine right there on top of the welder. So I know I still gotta put my guard back on here. All about PPE, especially protecting my eyes. So we're gonna cut right inside this line. So here goes nothing. Okay, that's out. That is out. Now we're going to take and clean up. Clean it up on the inside as well. Now, I am not a professional body man by no means. This is not what I do for a living. I do this because I enjoy it. Very much so. I do enjoy this. So hopefully y'all can see everything that's going on. So now, see, we got, need to make a little bit more gap. A little bit too tight. So let's just go ahead and get that fitting all the way. Alright, so clean that edge up, and then we got a little bit more cleaning to do. But what I want to do is I want to get this re-clamped like so, and this back edge right here. So I got a nice smooth finish edge there and there, but this back isn't quite fitting. So we're going to take that marker again. We're going to try to get a nice tight line. So we can clean up to that edge of that line. And once we do that, it should fit right in there. And then we can weld. So it's not much, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. So we'll clean that up. Shredded my belt. Okay. Put that away. New one. Pop this on there. Okay. Just clean up that rod. Okay, let's see how that works. Corner right there. Corner right there. Do that with the grinder. Just dropping everything. A little bit right through there. cleaning. Just tap it in there. It's not much. Nope. So it's still not quite fitting in right there on this back side. I mean, it's nothing. Like really, like nothing. Clean it up a little bit more. Sorry about moving the camera so much. See what that looks like. Hey, that'll work. Got a little bit of a gap there. No big deal. Should fit right in there. I'm gonna clamp some more of this metal right here real quick, just so I have a spot for a good ground from the welder. I'll do that on both sides. Okay, so now let me get the welder plugged up, get some welding gear on. Safety glasses. I need the welding helmet. Take off the hat because I need the welding helmet. Welding. I don't know if I should call this a jacket, more like a shirt. It's a welding shirt. welding gloves. I've already got my welder set to this thickness gauge metal. So I'll turn on the shielding gas. Turn on the welder. Get my ground on. Get my welding gloves on. Get my welding helmet on. Weld. Put a hole right there, didn't it? Maybe I'm burning it a little bit too hot. These don't do that. Just want to make sure it's nice and flush. Tack this corner. Now this here, right here in this area, is going in. It's not going with the contour of the body. So I'm going to try to push it out and put a tack right there in the middle from it. Tell you what, Take this off. Then I can push it out like so. Now, should be able to hopefully just tap that in. Yeah, like that. So right now I was just trying to fill in where I overcut it a little bit. Now what you do is you make a bunch of little tacks all the way around, and then you'll clean this up with a grinder. And you clean it with a grinder and a flat disc, a little DA sander, just something, and you can body work the rest of it, and you still work this metal some and get it pretty close to the contour and the curvature of the cab. And then once you get all that done, then we can fill it, run over it with body filler, and that way you can really smooth this out. And like I said, I'll clean it this edge with as well with the grinder or sander or something, where that edge is nice and smooth. So the reason I'm doing a bunch of little spot welds is I'm spacing it out so it doesn't get too hot and start warping the metal. You don't want to warp the metal. You don't want to blow through the metal like I just did. We'll fill it in. Don't worry, when you go to grind this, if you have any pinholes, you can always go back and fill them in. Okay. So I'm gonna let that cool down, and then I'm gonna take the grinder to it and I'm gonna knock all that weld off, and that should have bonded those two pieces of metal together. And then I'm gonna take my body hammers and shape that a little bit more, and if there's any pinholes, I'll fill them in and grind them again. And then I'm gonna clean this whole surface here all the way down to bare metal, and we'll wipe body filler on it. Like I said, body filler's a tool. Just because your project has body filler in it doesn't mean that you didn't do a good job. There is no such thing as perfect body work or perfect paint job. There's really good body work and there's really good paint jobs. but as far as perfect, doesn't exist in the real world. So, and I'm not a professional welder either, so it's not my trade. I didn't learn that trade. I'm a self-taught welder, so don't. If you have tips, please leave them. You know, I think at first I was burning way too hot, even though I set the welder per the gauge of the metal thickness, and I did use a metal gauge to determine what thickness of metal I was working with, and according to the gauge, I come up with 18 gauge metal on it. So maybe I was still burning a little too hot, or maybe I wasn't moving quick enough. But I'm sure by the end of this project, I'll be pretty good at welding, because I have a lot of welding to do. I've got a floor pan to put in. I've got cab corners to put in. Lower door skin, inner and outer on both doors. And some fabrication of some metal I got to do on the back of the cab. So that's coming up in future videos. But eventually I'll have all the body work done to the cab, and I'm going to try to record every time, and we're going to completely strip this down to bare metal. It's going to be a lot of sanding. I don't have access to, I do have a portable sandblaster. It just makes a real big mess. My air compressor's not big enough for it. I got some dents to work out of the body anyway. Here. So that's the next step. So I said, hopefully next time you see this section, it'll be grinded down and have body filler on it. And we're gonna start working on repairing the rest of the cab. Next huge step is I've got to get the motor and tranny out, get the front fenders and hood off, so I can finish the frame, cleaning the frame and treating the frame and painting the frame. But I've got to get the cab work done too, so I can lift the cab high enough that I can finish the frame, and get it all cleaned up and painted. But for right now, like I said, on these future videos, we're going to work with what we have. And please, you know, hit the like and subscribe button. Let's make this channel grow, and y'all can follow along on this build. Like many others out there, I am working in my garage at home. I don't have a shop. I'm not a professional mechanic or welder. Like I said, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. It's a passion. I love these old trucks. I love the style of them, and everything else. So the old flathead V8, I absolutely love that engine and the way it sounds. It has a unique sound to it. And that one's going to come out. That one is very rusted, set open, but we're still going to try to save it. I'm going to have to disassemble it and probably break the pistons out of it and get it and disassembled. It's got to go to a machine shop so we can see if it's savable. Hopefully it's not cracked. I'm very hopeful that it's not. It still had coolant in it when I pulled the heads off the other day. So hopefully it's not cracked. There's no coolant or water in the oil, so hopefully it's good to go. We'll just send it to the machine shop and see what they say at some point down the road. But that's way down the road. I want my body work done first before I even worry about the drivetrain and what I'm doing for transmission. I'm exploring my options with that now and figuring out cost, whether I want to stay with a manual or go automatic so my wife can drive it. Probably stay manual because it's manual now. But that's way down the road. Once we get the body work done and get it ready, close to being prepped and ready for paint, and we get ready for paint, I'll throw that procedure up, and I'm gonna throw some color options out there and I know what color that we're shooting for. So this is going to be a fun project. I think it's going to be a really fun project, and like I said, hit the like and subscribe button, help the channel grow. Watch the videos, and enjoy it, and enjoy the build, and get out there and work on your own cars and or trucks or your projects, and just enjoy them. Get them going. You know, at least get the project started, because if you never start it, it's never going to get done. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so I'll see how bad that actually looks once I grind it all down, how many pinholes I have. Of course, I let the door closed some. I wanted to see if I had good penetration on the inside. Yeah, I got real good penetration on the inside, so that looks good. So we'll get all this cleaned up, fill any holes we have. We'll also put seam sealer on the inside too as well, because I don't want any moisture getting back in anywhere. I want to prevent future rust. I want this project to, you know, once I'm done with this truck, for it to last me a lifetime, and from my wife and I and family to be able to enjoy it, and, you know, take it to car shows, and, you know, who knows what else, and maybe pass it on down to one of my sons in the future, and hopefully if this channel grows, this isn't going to be the only build we do, and hopefully, like I said, the channel grows and does well, we'll do another build when this one's done. So like I said, hit the like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I thank everyone who follows me now and who has subscribed. It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate the support. So thank you, and we'll see you next week for another video.